Hey guys, so for today's video, we're going to be doing a chit chat. Get ready with me. I actually have some exciting things to talk about today too with you guys, which I'm excited and nervous for. But yeah, I figured let's just chit chat and talk. We're also gonna do like a little Amy's advice edition. Now for some reason, I don't know if you guys can hear it, actually every time I go to edit the chit chat Get Ready with me's, that my voice sounds raspy and it doesn't pick up on like the mic. So hopefully it's not picking up, but for some reason, the universe is never on my side. Like every time I happen to wake up and I know I want to film a chit chat Get Ready with me that day, I wake up with a raspy voice. Like I don't know why. I'm not sick or anything, so I don't know why my voice is raspy, but it is. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have a way lighter tan on today because I just kind of threw one layer on this morning. I normally do 2 layers, but I just kind of did like a light tan today. Anyways, I'm going to use the Fenty Soft Matte Primer because I'm actually going to test out the new Lawless foundation. I have heard that this has really good reviews, but my sister actually just tried it and she told me, like, Amy, it is extremely dewy. Like apparently it's like wet, dewy. So I'm like, you know what, let me just use a mattifying primer underneath it first, because apparently she said it's super dewy and she has dry skin, so I'm a little worried about it. But she said it looks beautiful, so. And I mean, it has good reviews on Sephora. I'm hoping that these 2 shades match me. Like I said, I have like a fresh layer of tan that I literally just applied. Like I haven't washed it off yet. If any of you don't self-tan, the way you do it is you apply it, but then you wash it off after. And it kind of leaves that tan stain. So this isn't my normal color. For any of you who are the same foundation shades as me, I'm like different right now, so we're gonna see what works. I think this is gonna be too dark, but this looks like a beautiful shade maybe when I have my darker tan on. This is Sunset. It has a really nice olive undertone. I really like how she made olive undertones. Like there's so many different undertones in this foundation, and then this one is golden, which this one is also olive, but it is lighter than the other one. When I first apply my tan, like before I wash it off, it's like a little bit more red, a little bit more browny. So I'm hoping that this matches me, but I guess we're gonna make it work regardless. So I actually just mixed in a little bit of the other shade with this one. I don't know what the coverage is like. Ooh, it feels a little bit thicker than I expected. I thought for it to be super dewy, it would be thinner, but it's a little bit thicker than I expected. Anyways, I am gonna go ahead and blend it out with my beauty blender. I'm for sure gonna have to apply some on my body. I feel like I didn't put a lot on, but I'm getting actually really great coverage. Okay, so this is definitely, it's not extremely dewy on me, but what I will say, you guys, is this 1000% has a highlighter in it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's literally reflecting gold. So it's not so much dewy as it is super reflective, very reflective. Okay, so we're just gonna ignore the fact that it's super yellow. I'm hoping by the time I do my concealer, I can kind of blend everything in. But I think this foundation looks beautiful. I just don't know if I liked the fact that there is like this golden highlight in it. I don't know if I like that because I would have liked to make that choice on my own. I would have preferred for it to be just naturally dewy. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the KKW Concealer in 5. Okay, so I feel like last time, I don't know if it was exactly last time or the time before that, but last time I did a chit chat Get Ready with me, I told you guys I was working on a project and I've been working on it for a while. Well, the day is finally here and I'm super excited to talk about it. So most of you guys know because I announced it on my social media, but I'm actually coming out with an app and I am so excited, you guys. I have been working on this app for like a year now, literally actually last June. So it's been a full year now. I did not realize how long it takes to create an app. Just like the actual, like the coding of it and creating an app takes forever. It's super expensive, but I invested in it myself. This is 100% my own app, owned by my corporation. I invested in it myself. I did not have any investors or anything. So this is big for me because it's like the first thing that I've done on my own. What I love about being able to have my app is I feel like it's a way for me to get closer to you guys. This app is gonna have both exclusive content, but it's also gonna have my Shop My Favorites on there. So if you guys have actually been familiar with my website where I had my Shop My Favorites on there, pretty much if you're not familiar with it, my Shop My Favorites page has been my favorite forever. I love it so much because it's my page where I go and I link everything that's my favorite. So in your head, if you're wondering, what foundation is like, does Amy recommend? Or and you just want a place to go look for it. Or what teeth whitening strips does Amy use? Go on my Shop My Favorites, it's linked there. or if you want to know, you know, what my favorite clothing is right now. I also have fitness products on there right now. So I get so many questions daily, like, what's the scale that you use, or what's the hair dye that you use, or what teeth whitening strips, what track pants, like just all my favorites are on there, and I love my Shop My Favorites. So I decided to go ahead and shut down my website, and I thought it would be so much more easily accessible for you guys to have it on an app. So the app is actually free to download, but there is going to be exclusive content on there that does come at the cost of a subscription. It's going to be $3.99 Canadian a month, and then $2.99 US a month. So it does auto renew monthly, and you can cancel at any time through your iTunes account. So my app is going to be a combination of content that I want to put out for you guys, but also it has an entire Shop My Favorites section. And what I added in there, which I love, is a filter. So you guys can see all my favorites. If you're in the shopping mood that day and you just want to scroll through all my favorites, you can just scroll and scroll and scroll through all the favorites, or you can filter it. If you're just interested in beauty, you can click beauty. If you're just interested in fashion, or if you're just interested in fitness. There's like so much I want to say, and I feel like it's all in my head and I just want to like scream it all out at once, but that's not how it works. I have to actually say separate sentences, Amy. But yeah, there's so much I want to say and I don't want to forget anything. I wanted all of you guys to be able to access the app and have access to my Shop My Favorites. So there is going to be some free posts, but there is going to be a lot of exclusive content that does come at the cost of the subscription. But a lot of you guys also want to know kind of like what content is going to be on there. Is it beauty? Is it weight loss? I would honestly say the app is very lifestyle centered. It does include beauty, and of course I have my Shop My Favorites, which has beauty, fashion, fitness, and that's pretty much what the app has. The app is centered around beauty, fashion, and fitness. So I would just overall say it's very lifestyle. There is gonna be a ton, which I know you guys are gonna love this. There's gonna be a ton of weight loss and fitness posts on there, because I feel like that's just gonna be my outlet to really reach you guys and talk to you guys and put everything out there. So it's just gonna be amazing to have an outlet where I can just put everything and it's written there. You guys can take screenshots and save them and everything. I'm actually going to be adding a few new features that I'm already thinking of, but that's obviously going to be in the new update. I'm definitely open to feedback. I want you guys to give me feedback. Let me know what you love about the app, what your concerns are. Is it working well on your phone? Like, I'm definitely open to feedback. This is my first project that I've worked on, and it's like tech, and tech is hard. Like, apps are hard, tech is hard. You guys, the app itself was finished like 4 months ago, and it literally took months to be able to process it through Apple. They like rejected it so many times. That's just how like tech is, and I just had no idea. Like, when I had this idea and we started last June 2017, I was like, oh yeah, like a few months, 3-4 months. No, it takes so long to build the app, and then to go through the designing of it, and then to go through sending it in through Apple and getting that approved, like the tech side of it. So I am so open to your guys' feedback. Let me know what you want me to include in the app in the future. Just give me tons of feedback. I'm so open to it. I definitely have already like a full list of updates that I want to make and things that I want to add and things like that. So I already have some other ideas brewing, but I'm open to your guys' ideas as well. So I should probably mention that the app is actually launching today. So as you guys are watching this video, you can go ahead and download the app. I can't even believe I'm saying those words out loud right now. I'm so excited to just be able to have my own app that you guys can easily access. I'm like so excited. I can't believe I'm saying this right now. This feels good on so many levels. Not only does it feels good on a personal growth level. Like, I don't want to make this too mushy. My foundation is still super yellow. Like, oh my god. How am I gonna make this work? Maybe I have to put more on my chest. So I don't want to make this super mushy gushy, because you guys know I'm like emotionally awkward, but this is like deeper than just an app for me. This is a way, one, for me to connect with you guys. Like, because this app is exclusive and it comes at a subscription, I know my true supporters are gonna support me. So it's just this like little community where I can really put out content that I want you guys to see, and it just feels so much more exclusive and cozy, almost like tight knit. Like, you know, only like I just know for sure. Like, YouTube and Instagram is open to the public, and there's so many people that see your profile every day. Not that that takes away from my supporters or anything, but this app is like so tight knit that I know it's going to be a little circle of my true supporters, and that just makes me feel so good. But not only that, this is like really amazing for my personal growth. You guys know that it's kind of hard for me to step outside my comfort zone, and I will say I'm a little bit of like a fearful person. I have a lot of like anxiety, so that stops me from kind of growing in life. So when I came up with this idea, I knew it would be a challenge for me to really get out there and do it. Like usually I would just be extremely afraid, which there is a part of me that, you know, is, but this is amazing for my personal growth because this is something I did on my own. I took it by the reins and I handled the situation. I'm gonna go ahead and contour with the Graftobian palette in number 3 Warm. There's pretty much going to be everything from workouts and tips, my advice, my favorite products. So if you guys love my videos and you love my content, my app is going to be an exclusive extension of that, which I love because it's like you're getting more. Oh, by the way, also, sorry, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. The app is only available on iOS, and I know there's a couple of you guys already, which I feel bad about because I knew already that I would get some people or some of you guys that have Android that was kind of wondering why it's not available for Android, and I knew that I feel bad, you know? I knew that would be a thing, and here's the thing. So apps are extremely expensive to create. I'm not a coder, I'm not a developer, so I couldn't make it myself, and it's super expensive, you guys. Like I invested in it by myself. Like didn't have any investors, it's extremely expensive. So imagine that extremely expensive rate to create an app, and then you have to pay it again to do Android. So it's double. I would have had to pay it 2 times over to create it also for Android. I decided to go ahead and launch it with iOS available first. If there's definitely enough of a demand of you guys who want it on Android, then I will 100%, you know, invest in that and create it on Android. There just definitely has to be that demand there. And after looking around, there's more of a demand on iOS. So from a business perspective, it just makes more sense for me, you know what I mean, to do it on iOS first. So if any of you want to download my app, I will leave the link down below, or you can just literally go in the App Store, search up Amy Macedo, and download it for free. So it is free to download, and you can access the Shop My Favorites, the entire Shop My Favorites portion, free for you guys. And then you can go ahead and sign up for the subscription. All you have to do is click the lock button, and you'll go ahead and follow the steps to subscribe to it. I want to just say in advance because I know for a fact, like this is how confident I am in you guys. Like we just have that relationship, and which is crazy. We've had it literally since day one I started my channel. I never once ever felt like I wasn't supported by you guys. Like literally, no matter what I do, whether it's a sponsored video, support. Whether it's posting photos and videos, simple things like that, just support from you guys. And now I know, launching my first project, I know I'm gonna get endless support from you guys. So I wanna just say thank you so much in advance for the support that I'm gonna get on this. Okay, so I better go ahead and answer some questions that I've been getting. So I asked you guys to ask me some Amy's advice questions, and I screenshotted some to answer for you guys. So best advice for long-term relationships, beginning stages of weight loss journey. So best advice for both. My best advice for long-term relationships, I know everyone says this, but it's literally the best. Communicate. Like you guys don't understand how many couples literally don't communicate. And that's how problems, they turn from this to this. Like they go from small to big, from little to worse. And you know what's crazy? I'm not a confrontational person. Like I'm the opposite of confrontational with everybody, except when I'm like in a relationship with a man. I am so confrontational. Like if I have an issue with you, I'll be like, this is my problem. Like I'm super confrontational and communicative. But with everyone else, I'll like bow down, but not in a relationship. Funny, and I don't know why I'm like that, but I just am. You have to communicate. So if they did something that you didn't like, my suggestion is don't say anything at first. Cause I always I'm a little bit of a hothead. So in the past, I've always like snapped right away, and your message doesn't come across. So my advice is to marinate in it, and then take a day or two, or maybe you just need an hour or two, whatever, you know yourself, go up to them and be like, hey, like, you know how you did that the other day or an hour ago? It just made me feel like this, and I would prefer if you did this instead. So just communicating what I do in my relationship, and you guys, this is magical. So magical. Like I'm not kidding you guys. This is something we've implemented over the past year, and it's helped so much. Doing weekly talks. So every week you come together and you almost have just a little meeting, a little therapy session with each other. Sit down and talk to each other weekly about how the week went within the relationship. So be like, hey, like this week, I really like how you took out the garbage without me asking, or how you did this and it made me feel special. I didn't like how you said this when I did that. Like having those weekly talks you're updating each other. Because I will tell you, life goes by so fast, and before you know it, the months and the years go by and you're still pissed off about something that happened in 2015 and y'all didn't even talk about it. And what that happens is it holds resentment, and then it trickles into other parts of your relationship, and then before you know it, you guys are falling apart, like literally. So it's helped so much is just communication and weekly talks. Don't let a week go by without talking and reviewing how you feel and how things went. It's so important, like literally so important. So best advice for the beginning stages of your weight loss journey, I would definitely say my best advice is to mold your fitness journey to fit your life. I think that everyone thinks there's like one size fits all. So like my favorite fitness Instagrammer works out 5 times a week, so I'm gonna work out 5 times a week, or she does cardio, so I'm gonna do cardio. No. Pick a workout that you love and then work out how many times a week suits you. Think about how busy your life is. If you're a mom and you also work and you're extremely busy, maybe at-home workouts are for you. And maybe 2 to 3 times is more than enough to satisfy you. Or maybe you're a super like energetic and active person and you're like 2 to 3 times, I need more than that. I wanna do 5 to 6 times. And I wanna go to the gym. Like, do what's best for you. Some people like to do basketball or hiking. Like, it's not a one size fits all. Start off with what fits you, but also start off slowly. Like, you don't need to, I think a lot of people have this very, very all or nothing approach when it comes to fitness, like super all or nothing. It's like they're either extremely unhealthy or they're either the healthiest person on the earth. Like, they go from eating McDonald's every day to broccoli and chicken every day. It's like, where's the middle ground? Where's the balance here? Like, you know, create this sort of slow process and balance. Okay, so someone asked me, how many tattoos do you have and do you regret any? I have 2 tattoos. They say love and loyalty, and I hate them. What they are isn't horrible, like love and loyalty. I mean, there's nothing bad about that, but I hate the font. It's so not me anymore. I'm just much more like clean and simple. And these are like a cursive font, and it has like a line underneath, and they're so thick. And you know what? My sister warned me. She was like, Amy, that's too thick. And I was like, no, I want it thick. I was 16. I regret them, but I'm too scared to get them removed. So someone asked, Amy, my parents don't approve of my boyfriend, but I love him so much. He is a very good guy and I know he wouldn't hurt me, but even though it sounds bad, we are of different social classes. I know it's wrong to say, but it's the truth. My parents dislike that. My mother even told me that she was going to stop calling me daughter if I continued to be with him. What should I do? So here's the thing. There comes a point in life when you create your own family and you create your own path, and although your immediate family matters, you almost you separate a bit and you start your own life and you create your own family. And there's only so much you can cling on to your family if they're not going to be supportive on the path that you've taken. And for them to discriminate against them just because they're a different social class, you said you know that that's wrong. So that's wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, it may sound very blunt and harsh, but you can't care. Like, it'll hurt for sure, like it'll hurt, but you have to move forward with your man because he treats you right, and like, you don't care that he's a different social class. Those things don't matter. So if your family cares about them, that's fine. Let them care about it. You don't care about it, so you proceed with your life. And if that means that your family will disown you, it is what it is. It's going to suck. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be horrible for you. It's going to suck, but that's just the reality of what comes with if your family doesn't support you. You're not just gonna go ahead and break up with your man and be with, like, you know what I'm saying? If anything, your family is in the wrong. So if they wanna make that decision, you have to separate yourself. So I just went ahead and did my brows. The next question is, I'm Italian and I know you're Portuguese, so I kind of come from the same cultural background as you. And my question is, how do you eat healthy at family gatherings, weddings, birthday parties, random Tuesday night, LOL? I live in an Italian household and it's difficult to eat healthy, especially when my mom puts a huge plate of pasta in front of me for dinner. Okay, so here's the thing. So when it comes to in the household, that can be difficult because it's almost every single day probably. I don't know if your mom cooks every single day, but if she does, that can be difficult. I would say portion sizes. You could almost eat anything, as long as like the portion size is all right. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to family gatherings and parties and things, I don't eat healthy and stay on track. Like, I actually get asked this question so often, is how do I stay on track when there's like family gatherings and there's so much like going on all the time? I don't. I don't. I enjoy my life. Like, life is more than health and fitness. Life is friends, life is family, life is socializing, like, you know what I mean? So you don't need to worry about staying on track on days like that. And I will say, I feel like, again, a lot of people have a very all or nothing approach to fitness, where they feel like, oh my God, I have a wedding coming up. Oh man, that ruins my entire fitness journey. And then that's it. They stop, they fall off, and they never seem to get to that place where they lost all the weight and they maintain it. It's like they're a hamster running on a wheel and they just can never get to that place. And it's because they think that one day of bad eating ruins everything. And again, it's that very all or nothing approach. It doesn't ruin everything. It's not that big of a deal. For example, you just get right back on track. Like, you enjoy the wedding. Don't even worry about food. Don't even think about calories. Don't even think about it. Go enjoy the wedding. You also don't need to overindulge and stuff your face, because that is, you know, that becomes an eating disorder as well. You just want to live freely on days like that. Who cares? Don't worry about it. Enjoy your life, you know, and you get right back on track the next day. So if you've made all this progress, why rely on one day to push you all the way back? It's okay. That one little day barely even pushed you back, by the way. It doesn't. Only thing that would push you back is, like, let's say a month of cheating. So if you did a month of cheating, who cares? You moved back a little bit. You're not going to go back to the beginning. Keep going forward. Keep moving. I'm going to use this amazing top coat from Natasha Denona, you guys. It is so beautiful. This is actually in the shade Nude, and it's their crystal top coat. I'm going to go ahead and use my finger to apply it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara and then some falsies, and I'll be back on camera to do my lips. So now it's time for the lips. I'm gonna use, of course, my favorite, which is on my Shop My Favorites on my app, the NYX Natural Lip Liner. For lipstick, I'm gonna use more Creamer, please. And for lip gloss, my favorite from Bare Minerals is their lip gloss in the shade Fly. But they actually discontinued that shade, and I was so sad. I reached out to them and they said that this shade is actually one of their new ones, and it's so similar. So they sent it over to me and I swatched them side by side. They're extremely similar. So this has kind of like been my little, even though I still have backups of Fly, I want to show this one since you guys can actually purchase this. This is the shade Yes from Bare Minerals in the Gen Nude lip gloss. So beautiful. It's literally nearly identical to my favorite shade Fly. Okay, you guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Just to recap, don't forget you can go ahead and download my new app. It'll be available today as you guys are watching this, so go ahead and click the link down below and download my app. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.